Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Brewing with Jim.
And welcome from me, too. I'm Jim.
Yeah, I'm Joseph, and this is a show where we get audience questions about all facets of life, usually school or faith stuff, and we just try to provide wisdom, insight, whatever
Educational
it may be.
stuff sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. Jim, an interesting question for us this week. Here it is. Should Christians ever participate in hustle culture?
I think I know what hustle culture is. Help me.
Yeah,
or
for
help the listeners understand.
Yeah. I actually looked up a definition of this just to have like a clear, something we can really hang our hats on instead of me trying to like piecemeal it together. So this is what I read. Hustle culture is a social and workplace mindset that glorifies constant productivity, long hours, and the pursuit of success at the expense of rest, balance, and personal well-being.
Okay.
And there's more that there's more definition
I get the idea.
to it, but that's the idea.
Listeners probably get the idea.
Sacrificing so much else in life for the sole purpose of pursuing success, usually financial gain. Maybe it's a title at a position, that kind of thing. Yeah.
Well, I experientially am an expert on this because I was in that culture of that mindset for until late in my 30s. Maybe after that even.
Sure.
So I know what that is all about. Philosophically, I'm not sure. Biblically, I know what the fix is. And experientially, I had reasons for doing that too. Just work. I grew up in a part of the country. There are parts of the country where hustle culture is actually encouraged.
Yeah.
And the nicest thing that you could say about someone, the ultimate compliment is, you're a hard worker.
Yeah,
you're a hard worker.
Sure.
Nobody ever said you're a good rester. You're just a hard worker, and that's virtuous.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
I was so involved in working hard because of that mindset. Mindset was the word you used in the definition.
That's right.
Because of that outlook. Because of that value, which was not defined to me. It was just assumed because my culture was that. I was so involved in that I thought I was virtuous even though there were consequences negative all around me.
Yeah.
I think we probably should look at why is someone involved in that?
Mm-hmm.
Why does someone hold that value? Maybe we should look at what you can do about it,
mm-hmm.
and then let's look at what consequences that are negative because of it.
Yeah.
People, I think, are involved in achieving for several psychological boosts to their life. One is that if I get more done, I will be higher regarded. I will be more approved of. And we've talked about this chain before, but I'm not going to quit talking about it. That's idea that if I am approved, I will be accepted.
That's right.
Because I'm accepted because of what I do, not of who I am.
Absolutely.
Okay. People undoubtedly are involved in achieving so they can be approved. That starts in our education system. Work hard, study hard, get good grades.
Yes.
Show some salient attribute of getting all these things done so that your parents will be happy.
Yeah.
You will be rewarded if you work hard. You'll get privileges from parents if you work hard. If you don't work hard, you will be deprived of some things. Right?
Absolutely.
Okay. It starts there. But then corporate America, any job.
Sure.
The harder you work, the more likely you will be advanced.
That's right.
And that you will be raised in your income.
That's right.
And so we have an entire culture.
There's a natural pull to it as a result.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes. We have a natural situation. It's not nature. We have a cultural situation,
tendency?
A sociological. Yeah. Say it again.
A tendency?
Oh, it's more than a tendency. Yeah. It's a strong push.
Yeah.
It's to work as hard as you possibly can.
Absolutely.
Now, I started a business when my sons were small. And of course, you have to give your everything to the business.
Yeah.
And I did. At one point in my life, for illustrations, even though it's somewhat embarrassing, I went for 3 years without a day off. 3 years without a day off. And I spent so much time providing for my family, I had no time to spend with my family.
Yeah.
And I still regret that. If I allow my mind to go back to that time and my little boys were not with me and I wasn't, now I did some things with them.
Of course. No, you weren't absent from their lives. But
I was not in their lives the way I believe I should have been in their lives. I worked and worked and worked. That business I had for 9 years. It provided for our family. Success is measured by numbers, but we had sufficient income from the business. Okay. When I was in college, in the universities, work as hard as you can to get good grades. You have to work to get good grades. When I was at Texas Tech University, I had a job working in a restaurant, and I spent hours and hours. I had at least 40 hours a week while I was taking 12 units.
Yeah.
I was taking 15 or 16 units, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I can't do that.
Yeah.
I don't have enough time to do all the studying and the homework. So I made a rule for myself. I'm not going to take more than 12 units, and I'm not going to take any classes on Saturday. And I stuck by that. It was a feeble attempt to try to slow down a little bit. I was missing the principle. The principle, of course, is take a day of rest every week.
Yeah.
And I ignored that.
Yeah.
I was raised in a Christian home. Take a day off every week, by the way, is from the Bible.
Yeah,
that's the third commandment.
It is.
And it's right up there.
As you like to say, I was just going to quote you. It's right up there with "You shall not murder."
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is. It's above that one.
It made the cut, to say the least. Yeah.
If the commandments in order are, if that's a priority, and I can argue a case that it is, then it's right up there.
Yeah.
But while I had memorized the 10 Commandments required by my Sunday school, I did not understand them.
Yes.
I didn't understand honor your father and mother, which really means, in essence, take care of them when they're old.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I certainly didn't understand take a day off or keep the Sabbath holy, which means the same thing, take a day off.
That's right.
Where do we get that? Well, we get that from God rested on the seventh day of creation.
Yeah.
Was God tired? No, he's indefatigable, but triple word score.
Even God didn't participate in hustle culture. Yeah. God in his infinite energy.
Why did he put that in his word for us to read and to know? Yeah. It's a prelude to take a day off.
Yes.
Now, I thought when I was younger that keeping the Sabbath holy meant that you had to sit in a boring church service from morning to night.
Sure.
And the whole thing was repulsive to me.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do that. That's not what that means.
That's right.
Yeah. And thank you to Paul, who was writing to Colossae, that we don't really have to pick a day.
Yeah.
We have to have one day a week, and it can be any day. We have that freedom.
Yeah.
I think I left a topic dangling back before I started to talk about all this. If I remember it, I'll go back and pick it up. But nevertheless, there came a time in my life, kids were older, and I was exhausted. But it's an honorable exhaustion.
Yeah.
It's an appropriate fatigue. That's a medical term. It's appropriate fatigue when you're working that hard, and it's not to be chagrined. It's to be looked at with as a virtue.
Yeah.
Okay. I decided that I think I have this wrong, that this isn't quite right.
Yeah.
And I decided I'm going to try it. Just take a day off. And I'm working 2 jobs. I'm pastoring in a church. I'm,
raising 2 kids.
Raising no, actually, Debbie was raising the kids because I was too busy doing.
Oh my goodness!
And she too had a job.
Yeah.
And so, okay, I decided I'm going to check this out.
Yeah.
I started, and I took a day off, and that has changed my life.
Yeah.
And it not only was maybe God knew what he was talking about when he said that we should do that.
Yeah.
And now I have done it ever since.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So there's
I love it.
The hustle culture in. Well, I want you to talk.
Of course. No. Yeah.
I'll summarize, or you can.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
My thinking on this is it comes down to a couple of I'm finding myself landing on a couple of different words that start with the word I, or the letter I, just coincidentally. The first word that came to my mind was identity.
Yes. That's good.
Hustle culture, and then this is another word, and identity and the word influencer are going to go together.
Okay. All right.
When I picture hustle culture, when I just draw an image of it in my mind, I am genuinely just picturing actual like people on social media that make hustle culture their identity. And it's people like there are social media influencers, hundreds of thousands, millions of followers, whom their entire brand, their entire business is that they hustle, that they get work done. And those millions of followers follow them because they think that if I follow this person, they have the key to success that I need.
I see.
Right?
Yes.
And so there is like this very, in my opinion, gross social media influencer aspect behind this whole topic.
Oh, it is the engine push.
Yeah.
Yes.
And there's this idea that hustle culture is made into a virtue.
Yes.
And that if you can't keep up with me, then you don't have what it takes.
Yes.
And that you are worth less as a result. And people, I know people that they won't use the terminology hustle culture, but they are living in hustle culture.
Yes.
And it is killing them.
Yes, it is.
It is killing them.
And it's killing their relationships.
Absolutely.
And it's killing their fulfillment of what God has created them to be.
Absolutely. Because they have a warped perspective, in many cases because of social media, of what value is and what is valued in life. And for them, it is hustle. It is grinding through, it's sleepless nights. It's working 7 days a week.
Yes, yes.
That is what they believe is valuable in life and in the world.
If they sit and take some time off, thumb through a magazine, watch a television program, have a conversation with someone, they become anxious because I can think of all the things that need to be done, all the things that I could be doing. And that anxiety, of course, is it's a situation in a person's life that can bring detrimental health consequences to it.
When I was thinking of these words that all start with I, there's identity and there is influencer. Those were the first two that came to mind. For me, those two kind of point at one more word, and it's idolatry.
It is. Oh, that's outstanding.
Right?
Yes.
So, Jim, remind our audience, we've mentioned the 10 Commandments. What's the first one?
You love God and you love each other, which is a summary of all of them.
Right.
And we have one God, and that God is supreme over everything. And he is to be honored and worshipped if you substitute no idols for that God. The indication of an idol is going to be what do I spend my time with? Go ahead.
I believe, and we're setting each other up for an alley-oop right here, right? To use a basketball term. I believe hustle culture to be an idol.
Yes, I do too.
I believe that this becoming a person's identity, to be influenced to do this, to sacrifice the rest of your personal life, to sacrifice your family, your relationships, your well-being, your sleep, That's just purely idolatry to me.
Yes, it is.
It is purely idolatry to me. You are missing what is actually important in life, and what you believe to be important in life is actually destroying you.
Yes.
Fundamentally, that's my primary answer
I
to
think
this
that's
question. Yeah,
outstanding. And the identity thing too.
absolutely. You find your identity in your work.
You do. And where should it be? My identity is in Christ. Yes.
Absolutely. I don't want to conclude quite there yet. I have one more.
I don't either. We have
one
more here.
really big question in my mind to follow up to this, which is that I can agree on this. There is virtue to working hard.
We agree.
There is a genuine need, and I think a responsibility, even on the part of Christians who should be resting, to be working hard and to put forth effort and to provide for your family and to be a good, earnest, hard worker.
Yes, we do agree.
Where is the line?
The line, go ahead.
I don't know.
The
I'm
line
asking you.
is God's suggestion, commandment,
Yeah.
that we take one day off. Now, I am so convinced that this is the virtue, not the hard work, that I tell my students.
Yeah.
I will not ever have anything due or any tests, quizzes on a Monday or the day we get back from a break, because Friday, Saturdays, weekends are for rest and for family and for friends.
Yeah.
And when I announce that in front of parents, like back to school night, I get 3 or 4 parents who say, thank you, thank you, thank you. I tell the kids, hard work, yes, knuckle down on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then relax and step back. I wish my colleagues, teachers here, would all follow that as well. I don't tell them what to do.
Of course we do.
But I do ask students, do you have teachers who give you work to do on the holidays and during the breaks? And the answer is yes, yes, yes. That's part of hustle culture too. We're just given this value when we're little. When I was playing baseball as a little kid, the coach said, when you go back out there to start the inning, hustle. That means run.
Yeah.
And when you come in after the third out, hustle. That's the first time I ever heard that word.
Yeah.
It's just
same actually for me playing baseball.
Be on the go, be on the go. Is there a reason for me to run in after the? Not really that I can think of.
I'm playing third base and the dugout is right there.
I'm the catcher. And what do I have to do?
I could crawl and I'm still going to beat the right fielder.
Yes,
you know?
That's true. I don't know. Help me think what can we say to help the readers give this a shot.
Yeah.
Try it.
That's a fantastic point. To me,
just do it.
To me, identity is essential. You've got to. I don't think you're going to get this right. I don't think you're going to get work-life balance in life right, apart from God, which is maybe that I'm potentially over spiritualizing that, but I do believe that. An identity in Christ sort of sets everything else right in life. Just like I would argue your relationship isn't really quite where it should be unless it's in Christ, or your education isn't until Christ, right? I don't think your work-life balance is going to be set properly until your identity is in Christ. Won't.
And unfortunately, there are life situations where, how do I take a day off? I'm a widow with 3 young children.
Yeah.
Now, you're telling me take a day off? How does that work? And widows have come to me and said that. And I don't know the answer to that, except taking a day off doesn't mean being a sluggard and do nothing all day long. I think you can prepare the meals, and it's a state of mind. that I
Yeah.
am going to rest. I am not going to be pushed by my to-do list.
Yeah.
I am going to do what I have to do. If I have 3 small kids, they have to be fed. They have to be clothed and bathed and put to bed and so forth.
Absolutely.
But the mindset is that I am not going to wait till they go to bed so I can do 15 other things on my to-do list.
That's right, yeah.
It's okay. Give yourself permission to sit down and do nothing.
Yeah.
And then are you giving your psychic permission? No, probably you'll just have anxiety sitting there thinking about, but try it.
Yeah.
And push the anxiety at that point is an enemy.
Yeah.
It's a natural reaction.
is.
I didn't
It
mean
is.
to say
It
that. But well, I did mean to say it, but I want to let people know that I'm not talking about it's
That's right.
it's horrible in your life to be anxious, but the anxiety, other than clinical general anxiety disorder, the anxiety will dispel and dilute and probably resolve and go away if this becomes a lifestyle. Now, I have been with people who are so serious, they're legalistic about taking the day off. They prepare the meals the day before their day off. They do not wash the dishes on their day off.
Yeah.
I think that is going through the actions without having the attitude to do what is right there. Okay.
Yeah. I think just in conclusion, for me, it always comes back to identity. That's the foundation of everything else working in life. I would recommend to any listener on really any topic that social media influencers are not generally going to be good people to model your life after. And I would say we got to avoid idolatry. Again, I guess that just comes back to identity. Work hard and then rest hard.
That's true.
Yeah.
This week in our faculty meeting, several people spoke about various topics, and one had a handout, and I read the handout, and the handout was about grades.
Yeah.
And grades, high grades, getting good grades are idolatry.
Yeah.
And they are a mean, hard God
I read
to
that
follow.
too.
You read that?
Yeah.
I thought that was outstanding.
Brilliant.
I pulled a highlighter out of my desk and highlighted that.
Yeah.
And, well, of course, I thought it was wonderful because I preach it too. It becomes the priority, and it becomes the God who runs your life.
Yeah. We've already tried to conclude this, and we're over 20 minutes in, and I just had another thing. Great. I just remembered for some reason just now that our audience is probably mostly students.
I think so.
They're not necessarily in the workforce. They are in school.
Yes.
That can be its own hustle culture.
Oh, of course.
And I just wanted to name that. I know students, literally, I'm thinking of individual students right now, whose identity is their grades.
Well, yes.
And
we've talked about that
yeah.
before, and I would like to talk about it again, but not now.
Not now.
Another episode we will.
I would just say to them, if they're listening, everything we've said today applies to you and your homework and your grades.
Yes, it does.
Your identity is not found in your grades. Your identity is found in Christ.
If you have thoughts about that, students, and you had questions about that, contact us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Come find us. Yeah.
brewingwithjim@gmail.com.
Yeah. We'll talk about the email as well. Let's jump to the second segment.
Ready to go. Ready.
Jim, the second segment, of course, is always a question you don't know ahead of time, and it's something a bit more off the cuff and off topic. My question for you today is this. What have you found over the course of your life to be maybe a common misconception that people have about you? That is, they get to know you, they go, oh, okay.
Oh, the most common misconception is that I'm intelligent. What a misunderstanding that is. People tell me, because I suppose I articulate well, my vocabulary is okay. Didn't we say indefatigable? Yeah, people think I'm smart.
Yeah.
And I don't.
They get to know you.
Now, I will tell you that smart people know they're smart.
Sure.
And for a smart person to say, "Oh, I don't know," that's just phony and that's fake. But there are some people who are not smart who think they're smart. And that's the misconception is that I'm an intellectual. Well, yes, I am an intellectual. I read books.
Yeah.
But that I have a mind that works faster than the other guy on the bus.
Right.
And I have more knowledge than I have.
Yeah.
That conception, part of that's true, but the misconception is that that's who I am.
Yeah.
That and that's not all who I am. I'm a husband. I'm a father. I make lots of mistakes, but that's because I do a lot.
Yeah.
You strike out more times if you're up to bat more times.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's just the way it is.
Absolutely.
Other misconception, I'm not sure.
It's a hard question.
It's difficult because I don't know what you're asking me. What's in somebody else's mind?
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't know what's in their mind. There are people. One misconception people have because I look old.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm 23 on the inside, but I look old. The misconception is that I'm feeble, or that I should be home riding the recliner for the rest of my days.
Sure.
Or that I can't do anything with technology. Old people can't work computers, for example. Sure. That's just crazy. Yeah. That's nuts. Somebody at the grocery store the other day, I had a couple of bags of stuff. Would you like for me to carry that out for you? I get lost. What are you talking? What do you think I am by observing me?
That's hilarious.
There are people who have misconceptions about me because I am a Christian.
Sure.
And so I am either a legalistic
interesting,
fanatic, or I'm a Bible thumper.
Yeah.
Or I read and preach the Bible. I don't thump it. I don't know what that means. And so that we all have, there are people who have ideas about what a Christian is, who a Christian is. And that's not us.
Wow.
And just because Christians are as different as any other group of people, varied personalities, varied talents, varied approaches to jobs and so forth. We all do have a common Christian worldview.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's a fantastic answer. Thank you for that. Let's wrap this thing up. As always, and you mentioned this a few minutes ago, but we have an email address that is set up for our audience. If they want to reach out to us, it's brewingwithjim@gmail.com. If you've got any questions that you want us to answer on an episode of the show, if you just want to reach out, tell us about yourself or where you're listening from or how you heard about the show,
please do that.
We would love to hear from you. Again, that's brewingwithjim@gmail.com.
Good.
And with that, thank you for another episode, another week, and we'll see you back next week.
All right. Take care, everybody.
The topics that are covered and the answers that are offered during episodes of Brewing with Jim are designed to mine the wisdom attained from a life of pastoral ministry and care. They do not constitute professional or clinical training or expertise in the areas of counseling or mental health. CVCS and its podcast network want to provide a platform for the discipleship of our community. Brewing with Jim is our attempt to foster that environment in a format that is accessible for everyone to participate in. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed during the show are the speaker's own, and they may or may not represent the views, thoughts, or opinions of Capistrano Valley Christian Schools or its faculty. The material and information presented here is for general information purposes only. This episode has been a production of the Capistrano Valley Christian Schools Podcast Network. Capistrano Valley Christian Schools is a Christian JK through 12 school in San Juan Capistrano, California. Be sure to check out, subscribe to, and leave a review of this show and the other shows on our network on your podcast player of choice. Doing so supports the school community in a multitude of ways. For more information about the CVCS Podcast Network or any of our other shows, check out cvcs.org or email podcasts@cvcs.org. On behalf of the whole network, this is Mr. Jasper saying thank you again for listening and stay tuned for more.